We could check out the Red Joker video. It's been a little bit since we've watched Red Joker. It's only 15 minutes long. I guess we could do this one. And then go from something else. You're like the gaming crash in the 80s. It took the gaming industry a bit of time to recover from that one. I don't think we're gonna be burying data centers in the desert though. I don't think that one's gonna happen.
On May 14th, CoverCorp, the company behind VTuber brand Hololive, suddenly announced that their large-scale metaverse project,
God, what a fucking stupid...
holoearth, would
What a stupid fucking idea this was.
end service in June, quoting a catastrophic loss of 3.2...
Like, this... I don't even know what... this feels like one of those COVID projects. This feels like one... I don't know if we know how long it was in development for. Like, before it was announced. But this feels like one of those games which was announced... which was, like, started to be worked on during COVID. And people thought that just, like, this was never going to end. If people are going to stay inside forever, they're going to want to be online forever. And then as soon as, like, things died down, everyone just went back outside again. And it all got cooked.
Billion yen. And as a huge Hololive fan, my first reaction was, wait, it released? Okay, but what exactly is holoearth? Well, it was a very ambitious...
Or if you're Japanese, holoearth. Stop calling things Earth if you're Japanese. Bad idea.
Just metaverse sandbox MMO game like social simulator.
It's a fucking anime survival game. It's anime Rust. It's just it's anime Rust. That's what it is.
That tried to simultaneously be VR chat, Minecraft, and a concert simulator. Are you confused? Good, that was the point. Despite the clusterfuck it turned into, holoearth really did start as a very promising project with a lot of hype behind it. The hype began in 2021, after Hololive had blown up during COVID, and CoverCorp released the very first revelation teaser of the project. A 30-second,
I remember this video. It was so fucking cool.
2D animated trailer of Hololive's biggest talents, alongside a theme song sang by Mori Calliope, Hololive EN's biggest artist by a long shot. It was simply a project titled Hololive Alternative, with no explanation or footage to what it was actually going to be. Some thought it would be an anime, a gacha game.
An anime would have been fucking sick. An anime would have been sick. A gacha... Do they have a... Well, they've had a bunch of gacha game collabs.
Me, personally, this shot of Sora gave massive SAO vibes, especially with the final catchphrase, Hello Alternative World. A few months later, we got the full 1.5-minute trailer with many more characters featured, but still zero explanation as to what Hololive Alternative actually was. Because of the quality of the animation and the scale and possibilities of what was shown, like a billion different settings with the idea of alternate worlds, hype was at an all-time peak with up to 12 million views today. It was only in October, half a year later, where CoverCorp would finally reveal what Hololive Alternative actually was. holoearth, a metaverse with a sandbox game, a communication lobby to talk to other Hololive fans, and completely customizable
Look at
avatars.
that jump, man.
No,
look at that
to talk to
jump.
other Hololive fans, and
Guys, I love that, like, so all of, like, the Hololive girls are obviously contractually obligated to like the game, but, like, this is, anyone who didn't immediately see this was garbage from the start, like, this is, guys, this is garbage. What are you doing?
Completely customizable avatars. They explicitly
Wow, like
said
so many other anime MMOs.
that they wanted to integrate all their sub-projects into this one big metaverse service for fans to enjoy, with only PC release first and 1 to 2 years of total development time. There are multiple red flags here that would go horribly wrong, but I will leave that for you to guess for now. But one crucial point here is, this was all on Hololive Earth's website. No YouTube announcement. I don't even think the Hololive members made any dedicated videos or streams to talk about this at the time. Just their website. So many people, myself included, never saw this announcement, and from the beginning already lagged behind in understanding what this project was actually meant to be. A month later, they had a stream that had multiple members play an early prototype, showcasing the world for the very first time.
This is such a mistake. Why did you show it? This is garbage. You shouldn't have shown... Why did you show people?
and it kind of looked like a Minecraft-esque thing where the members were
Look at how bad this
first time.
is.
And it kind of looked like a Minecraft
Like, this is just like default Unreal Engine menu.
esque thing where the members were building houses while collecting materials in the world, along with some basic combat. Let's go over the main few gameplay features. 1. A social simulator. It was supposed
Like
to work
every
something
MMO.
like VR chat or Roblox, where you could randomly talk to people real time and socialize in this virtual world.
Like every yep, okay. Yep.
2. A life/market simulator. You had a completely customizable avatar
Like every anime MMO.
alongside a bunch of costumes, clothes, and props to purchase or wear. But there was also a marketplace feature, kind of like Roblox, where
That actually is kind of cool, but also was a thing in old MMOs. This used to be a very common thing in some old Japanese MMOs. It didn't typically work outside of Japan because outside of Japan, well, if you give people a customizer, let's see. Forza Horizon 6 most cooked cars. Let's see if we can find some find some fun ones. Wait, let's see if I can find the let's see. Is that it? No. Yeah. Yeah, this is what happens if you let Westerners have a customizer. This is one of the more tame ones. This is definitely one of the more tame ones. Yeah. Yeah. Don't give people a customizer. They will they will have fun with it.
creators could actually custom design anything and sell them, making premium coins that could be converted into real money.
Hey, wait, hold up.
Sell them, making premium
80, yep, 400, 40, yep, this right here is peak mobile game bullshit. Let's charge weird conversions for stuff that are let me guess, there's probably nothing on the store that costs $240. It's probably going to be $250. So you've got to buy this one and then this one to be able to buy it. Then you have some extra ones left over. And then you got to buy, then you got extra tokens now. So you might as well buy more so you can get, otherwise it's a waste of your tokens. I fucking hate mobile games, man. I fucking hate mobile games.
coins that could be converted into real money. Cover takes a cut, and these merch microtransactions and marketplace was supposed to be the main place where Cover makes their money. 3. A survival game. There's kind of a survival game similar to Ark. You have to fight monsters, gather materials, build your own house, food and water and such. 4. Concerts and special events. Occasionally, Hololive members do stream themselves.
Sorry.
4.
No.
Concerts and special events. Occasionally,
What the fuck is this PC?
Hololive members do stream themselves in the game with the descent function, as if
This is lagging on
your own
like
house, food and water and such.
minimum
4.
settings.
Concerts and special events. Occasionally,
Why are you streaming this game? You can buy increments of 100 tokens, all prices are multiple of 35, so nothing will ever line up price-wise. Yeah, of course.
Hololive members do stream themselves in the game with the descent function, as if they were goddesses. Unlike the average player who uses their customizable avatar, the Hololive girls use special models based
Oh, let me give you another one. Another one you'd expect to see from a game like Forza. This is Forza. This is like not even a Horizon 6 thing. This is just like general Forza. You got to fucking generally. Again, if you give people a customizer, they will do whatever they want to. There is much worse out there. Don't you worry. Or you have Nene, who changed her license plate to, what was it, a Chinshingo? Yeah.
on, well, themselves.
There, I can assure you there are probably some swastikas. There definitely are.
On set specific dates announced in advance, the game holds these festivals where players get to interact with the VTubers. The VTuber goes around the marketplace and buys custom items made.
I love the Lightning McQueen car that covered the front of the... So we're getting sidetracked by Forza now. If you put a sticker over your window in Forza, you can't see out of the window. So if you go into first person, you actually do see the sticker from the inside.
By fans, reveals their rooms, takes photos with fans, and streams all of it. Concerts are a different thing. Fans gather in a certain area in this virtual space where concerts are held so they can watch their favorite Hololive members' concerts up front. These are all the features, but keep in mind, at this time, they were still in very early beta, and many of the supposed features like the sandbox world and custom avatars hadn't actually even been implemented yet. So they had a long development journey ahead of them. Over the next few months and years, betas were rolled out for players to test, and
I will say at the very least, I think they got the art style down. Like, a lot of anime games have like a real... not great art style.
quite heavy on promotion, getting Studio Trigger's Masaru Sakamoto to design the default avatar, all of Hololive's juggernaut musicians to sing a theme song together, and finally, Hollow-Earth held its first proto-live concert by Mori Calliope and Azuki. There were very obvious technical problems, because fan demand far exceeded their expectations, and there were glitches. Some people straight up couldn't get in the venue, but at least they still had the demand at this point. What proceeded was a long wait. Remember how they said 1 to 2 years of development time? Almost 3 years later, in 2024, Cover finally showed off the game at Hololive Expo. You know, an entire con dedicated to Hololive. What did they show off? Concept art and a trailer video. That's it, nothing else. No gameplay testing, nothing. When the expo had other things like meet and greets with the VTubers, a karaoke booth to sing Hololive songs, a bunch of games, and so much other cool things, the Hollow-Earth part just kind of existed. It was nothing in comparison to the scale of the rest of the expo. Yes, there were many betas beforehand, but still, finally, Hollow-Earth released in 2025 April, with even a hype Wit Studio anime trailer. And while the game was praised by critics to be technically impressive, it just kind of existed. It's been way too long since the initial announcement, and fans just kind of accepted it as a thing that existed, rather than being hyped for it. In fact, many fans didn't really know what to be hyped for, because the entire concept was very confusing. What was Hollow-Earth supposed to be?
This is a COVID project that came out of the metaverse hype. This is an idea that was bound to fail because metaverses are fucking stupid. Now, that doesn't mean that metaverses as a concept are dumb. The problem is everybody that was like chasing the metaverse trend, they were chasing a trend that existed 25 years ago. MMOs, they're the you already have a metaverse. The closest thing that a modern game has come to like the metaverse concept, I think, is Fortnite. Fortnite and Roblox. These are games where you never have to, especially Roblox, you can play 1,000 different things in Roblox. The problem with all of these metaverse projects is they worry about the metaverse part first before worrying about being a game. They don't worry about, like, why would I join your metaverse instead of going and playing the hundreds of other games that are out there that do the exact same things? Why would I even bother, right? Why would I not go play WoW or RuneScape or Guild Wars or fucking... If you just want communication, VR chat or Roblox or Fortnite, all of these different things, all of them miss the point of you actually need to build something that people want first. You can't just be like, oh, you can be online with people. Like, yeah, that's not new. We've had that for a long time now.
They call it a virtual space, but what are you supposed to do in this virtual space? Is it a game? Social media? Concert venue? Eventually, the Hololive girls did actually appear in Hollow-Earth through the aforementioned Descent feature, starting with Tokino Soda and Fubuki. Honestly, it does capture the social aspect of Hollow-Earth pretty well, and it's really cool being able to...
Why would you not go back and play Second Life? It's been around for decades. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
to interact more directly with your favorite VTubers, and seeing them browse your room and buy fans merch is cool as fuck, if it wasn't a clusterfuck of technical issues. One particular problem was the limit of 50 people per room. Now, even though you see this big open world, because everyone has to be tracked in real time, servers...
So this doesn't surprise me at all. Also, it's already lagging as it is.
See this big open world, because everyone has to be tracked in real time, servers and networks simply cannot handle that many people.
No, they can. They absolutely can. No, like, you can... RuneScape can have 2,000 people in one world. Is it 2,000? Wait, sorry, I want to double check. Is it RuneScape world limit? Yeah. RuneScape can have 2,000 people in one world. That was the case back in RuneScape 2. I think... Was it the case in RuneScape Classic? Let's find out. RuneScape Classic world limit. Oh, back when they brought the servers back. 5,000 people in one world. No, it is not a limit of... Also, you can have... How big's a Fortnite lobby? Wait, I don't play Fortnite. How many people are in a Fortnite game? 100 people! 100 people you can have... Fortnite can have bigger lobbies, and I assume it's probably bigger in the case of like the Fortnite like story events and just concerts, things like that.
Being in the same space, appearing on each other's screens at the same time. Hence, the dev team put an artificial limit of 50 people per invisible.
Also, how many people can be in? Let's see, FF14 zone player limit. 300 players. 300 people.
Room, essentially secretly segregating people. This is not unreasonable. Even VR Chat, with the years of funding, dev time, and architecture, has a limit of around 80 people per room. However, the problem is that the whole point of holoearth is for fans to interact with the VTuber girls. But this limit meant that even if a bunch of people were in the same virtual space and attended this virtual festival, only 49 people would actually be in the same.
You have a feature where you can meet the girls and you don't mirror them between instances. Come on. Come on, this isn't even fucking hard to do. Especially because there's not player collision. So mirroring them between instances wouldn't even be difficult.
Room and be able to see and interact with Tokinosola or any other girl. One of the main attractive features is only available to 50 people. And yeah, this problem was reported on Tokinosola's first descent, so most fans don't ever even get to properly use this function. Ironically, another technical issue was the PC requirements. Because of this huge world they built with so many features they made, the specs required to even run holoearth were pretty high. This on screen are the minimum and recommended specs for holoearth.
At least they got the minimum down. Fucking a fourth gen i5. You know what? I'll at least give them that. You need a fucking Haswell GPU, Haswell CPU, and a GT 1030. Bare minimum, that's at least something.
The minimum isn't extremely high, but the
a 2070.
recommended specs are easily a mid-tier PC. Not something many people have access to, especially on laptop. Also remember, this did not release on mobile.
Also, don't most of the girls have good PCs and it's still lagging the fuck out anyway?
Promised it would come out later. Spoiler alert, it never did. But this was only available on PC. Since their audience was, well, the VTuber watching crowd and not specifically PC gamers, I think it's fair to assume that at least, like, I don't know, 40% of Hololive's audience watches the girls on mobile. By only having it on PC, it essentially immediately alienated a huge portion of their fan base. Many fans couldn't play it even if they wanted to. And speaking of alienating, let's let's talk about the actual features of the game itself, shall we? This huge world is cool and all, but this is supposed to be Hollow-earth, right? So
I love how she's struggling to even hit the fucking enemy.
But this is
She can't even.
supposed to be Hollow-earth, right?
Oh, she got it. There we go.
Where's all the Hololive? It's very strange because Cover Corp literally built up their entire brand identity around Hololive, called their biggest project, specifically about implementing future Hololive activities, Hollow-earth, then just created a random world with barely any Hollow-earth, then just created.
What is this? What does this have to do with it? Like, all of these should be like little references, right? These should be like, ooh, this is, I don't know, fucking, like some, like, Vegemite parody for Bay, or, I don't know, Harchimer's fucking tarantula soda. Like, it should be like neat little references here, and like the building should have more like Hololive related posters.
A random,
like, what is this? Alt beauty? What, like, you couldn't come with something? Like anything?
World with barely any Hololive.
It's just like a generic sci-fi. Like, if you put
Earth, then just create.
If you put this map into a Neptunia game, it would be an identical map. Like, this is... No, you would have to change absolutely nothing and be like, this is Planet Neptune. Here you go. Go. Like...
A random world with barely any Hololive. This game was supposed to be for Hololive fans. Yes, there are some costumes merged with Hololive member references, but this was supposed to be the Hololive world. The world is instead just full of NPCs and the normal fan.
Yeah, these are just like generic cans.
Fantasy world. What about, I don't know, specific rooms for fans of specific members, events about members? I don't know, I feel like there was so much in the world they could have done to implement Hololive to appease Hololive fans, and just did.
That would require effort. That would require, like, the first thing they should have done is you should have been able to, like, visit the rooms of the girls. Bare minimum.
For fans of specific members, events about members, just, I don't know, I feel like there was so much in the world they could have done to implement Hololive to appease.
And like, what the cyber part doesn't even make any sense, right? Like, this is just a generic house.
Hololive fans, and just didn't, which kind of goes against the entire purpose of making a Hololive world in the first place.
And then this world is just giant. Again, this right here is generic open world survival game. There's fucking miles of nothing. Like, why? There's one tree here, then like fucking half a mile away there's another tree here, half a mile away there's more. Like, what is this?
Like, people playing this game are going to be Hololive fans. They will be inherently looking for Hololive stuff. Building this technically impressive but random-ass world, it almost feels like they are targeting the wrong audience. And speaking of the audience, then we also have the concert viewing feature. Essentially, at certain set times, for a price to purchase the ticket, as you would purchase a normal concert ticket, you could watch some of the Hololive girls' concerts in Hollow-earth. As in this virtual world, you could view the VTuber doing the concert from any angle
that'd be
in
cool.
the audience. The main problem was that while cool in concept, doing this was fucking difficult. I mean, in this venue, you couldn't fit more than like 100 people. So again, people got separated into different rooms, and the whole point of doing this, you know, the social aspect of...
Again, there's no reason you have to do that. 100 people in a fucking instance isn't hard. Have you just fucking walk around Limsa Laminsa? Let's find a video. Let me find FF14 Limsa Laminsa RP. Limsa Laminsa. Let's just see. Can we find a good? Like, here we go. Let me just bring up a random...
Limsa Laminsa, the crown jewel of degeneracy, where Redditors like to
look at this. This is a real video game.
cry and where innocence comes to die. Your first time in limbs
Look, there's
may horrify you. You may come across a dead body, ERP,
lots of ERP.
people having fun, and if you're lucky enough, you may even see a golden cock. In this cesspool of desire, you'll encounter all kinds
Again, like, we've been able to do this for so fucking long.
idol fans screaming and enjoying a concert together completely crumbles. I'm sure they also faced many other issues, like even getting it to run properly, because after the prototype live they did back in the beta, Hollow-Earth never again had a live performed concert.
They just fucking had a YouTube video player.
Only watch-alongs of previous
I
lives.
can only think how unauthorized netcode packets are when doing. Yeah, it's a fuck. Like, the game is lagging every second they're doing something.
Or pre-recordings. This one prototype was the only live one. They faced major technical issues back then because of too many people trying to watch at the same time, so I can only assume this to be the reason. It's a very cool idea, but obviously if you're just... So I can only assume this to be the reason. It's a very...
That's so fucking sad, man. You can't even fill up the space. Oh my. Oh my god, guys. What the fuck is this?
very cool idea, but obviously, if you're just doing watch-alongs of old lives once a month, it's not really gonna go anywhere. Now, the Descent and concert features are cool and all, but these are time-limited events. Girls are doing this probably once a month at most, if even. So, what do fans play in the rest of the time?
Yeah,
good question.
Good
No one knows. This is one of the biggest reasons for Hollow-Earth's failure. Over-ambition. They tried so hard, burnt so much money to build this super ambitious world with so many features and areas, yet in these many years, nobody stopped to think about what their goal actually was. Like, what were fans supposed to do in this space? The survival and open world game mechanics were shallow compared to, say, Ark. It's not as good of an architectural game as Minecraft, and the social aspect and avatar customability were just an inferior VR chat, something people had been using for years at that point and had gotten used to already. They built such a big open world that looked so cool with so much to see, but nothing to do. I literally mean it, there's nothing to do. There are barely any people to talk to. The mini-games like poker in this casino don't save progress, so playing it feels meaningless. And you walk around this entire giant city with the venues and think, like, am I supposed to do anything in this city? Nothing? Yago, the CEO of Cover himself, admitted this to be the reason of Hollow-Earth's failure. Over-ambition. That we crammed in too many elements. Doing lives, doing games, etc. If we had narrowed it to just the live segment, it may have succeeded.
Sure, yeah,
And
if they did a thing where you could watch the lives, like you could watch an event in this space, I think that would have done great.
Explanation makes a lot
the
of
rest of
sense. All of their previous problems mentioned were due to over-ambition.
It's not even over-ambition. Like, that's the one part of it. It's also, they clearly didn't have a developer team that knew what the fuck they were doing. Because even just like the core, you can say over-ambition, but it technically didn't work. Like that, you can't even get the basic network packet stuff down.
Build a world where fans could all together, in real time, interact with their Oshi when the technology today is nowhere near enough to support this. They want
It is though, that's the worst part. It is there. Look at Fortnite. It can be done. It wasn't done.
Build a grand world for Hololive fans to do everything Hololive in this world, but got lost in the sauce and just made a giant empty world and an inferior version of 3 other kinds of games. And this even made the game itself super technically demanding, which I suspect is the reason it never released on mobile and further alienated their audience. The technical issues even single-handedly restricted what was supposed to be Hollow-Earth's defining feature as a virtual world for VTuber fans, socializing about VTubers and watching watching their concerts together. They couldn't do it properly. The technology wouldn't allow it, and they failed to see that. Yeah, they were cooking with the idea. It would have been super cool, but it just was not feasible. In the end, just 2 weeks ago, on May 14, 2026, Cover announced the shutdown of holoearth to be on June 28th with a loss of 3.2 billion yen. Selling of microtransactions ceased immediately, refund applications were offered, and as a consequence, Yago, alongside the CTO and other directors, agreed to take a pay cut to take responsibility. Yago himself admitted that this project's over-ambition had also caused talents to be overworked, as they had to deal with their regular streaming stuff alongside whatever new holoearth stuff they were given. And with not enough time to plunge content into holoearth, it led to its failure.
Right.
He also admitted that he should have personally led such an important project for the company. What I think is very interesting is that Yago sees this more as a project failure, something Cover failed to do well, rather than the failure of the metaverse market, claiming that games like VR.
Yes, games like VR Chat have done it well. The problem is, if you're going to compete with VR Chat, you've got to do. This is the problem with like competing with Gary's mod as well. You can't compete with Gary's mod. You can't compete with Minecraft. Like, you can make a new Minecraft-like game. The problem is, you don't have 15 years of existing legacy support. You don't have 15 years of content creators, 15 years of maps and mods being made. It's the reason why every new MMO basically just dies really fucking quickly. Because how do you compete with a game that has 20 years of expansions? How do you compete with a game like RuneScape? How do you compete with WoW? How do you compete with Guild Wars? How, like, the probably the latest MMO that actually was a success was probably the Elder Scrolls Online, and that's because it had such a legacy fan base. What happened to Hytale? Who the fuck knows? It got a bit of hype initially, and now no one talks about it. Maybe someone will do something again? Who knows? It seems like it's still being worked on. But yeah, with an original idea. That's true, but the problem is then, like, you have to then justify why people should care about your original idea. Why the other thing that MMOs have is they have years upon years of not FOMO, of what's the word? Of baggage, I guess, right? If you've been playing WoW for, let's say you've been playing WoW since, I don't know, BC. If you've been, or like, I don't know, just pick an expand, doesn't matter. You've been playing WoW since BC. You have, what, close to 20 years in that game. You have all of these mounts. You have all of these achievements. You have all of these friends you've made in the game. How do you compete with that? How do you compete with 20 years of nostalgia? You don't. The only way you end up getting people to play one of these new games is they have to be a new player, so it has to be a new market, or you have to the game they're playing has to be in such a bad state that they are willing to try something new. And that did happen with WoW. That did happen a bit with WoW with people going over to FF14. But it's got to be right time, right place, and it's just so difficult to get people to like drop 10 plus years of relationships they've had.
Chat and Roblox have been seeing record numbers. On the other hand, we've seen Meta's catastrophic $80 billion metaverse failure. So maybe the idea was simpler than all these companies had imagined.
That's how FN became FN? Oh, Fortnite? Is that what you mean? Well, Fortnite also came along at a time where there was people were liking the idea of... Well, Fortnite wasn't a Battle Royale initially. They became popular with Battle Royale. Fortnite came along where a lot of the Battle Royale games were kind of buggy, right? like games like PUBG were very buggy. Fortnite was like one of the first really polished Battle Royale games. Also, a Battle Royale, I think, has less baggage than an MMO. Because, firstly, you don't tend to build relationships with people in the game. It's like a very aggressive kind of experience. Also, your progress is reset every match, right? So it's a lot easier to leave behind a game like that than it is to leave behind a character that you've grown up with, right? If you started playing WoW when you're 16 and you're 35 now, like you started playing WoW when you're 16, you're 35, married, and have 3 kids. You're not gonna play another MMO.
The end of the day, maybe people aren't looking for some groundbreaking SAO new
Sunk
world
cost, that's
level
what I was
shit,
thinking of, yes,
but just
yes.
an easy and comfortable space to socialize and play shit after work or school.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it really was that simple when Cover, just like Meta, overshot whatever they were going for. With the upcoming game Hololive Dreams, it does seem like they're going for the much safer gacha game option that people have literally been asking them to do for years. It greatly involves the Hololive girls, and the scope doesn't seem too crazy, so I can only hope they've learned from this expensive lesson and Hololive Dream succeeds. Hey, look, what can I say? I'm a Hololive fan too. I want to see them succeed. Special thanks to Vicente Bogani. And
that was fun. That was fun. What a fucking stupid game, man. What a stupid fucking game. That was, I don't know, like there was so much hype around metaverses early on. People thought they could just get away with doing fucking anything. The money could have been used for Holo Stars. That's funny. You think the Holo Stars is going to get any support? That's what a funny joke that is.